Yeah.
Amazing.
So I think most of these songs were written years ago, like the one with Robbie that I think was written when you had 19 years old.
Yep.
So did you use all your songs that you have keep saving there, or do you have more left there waiting?
I have more left waiting. Harper and Trevor and I, we sat down and we specifically handpicked these songs with these certain musicians that we had in mind, and we wanted it to sound like a very, conducive record, one that wasn't scattered throughout all the years of my career. These songs are not B-sides; they're not leftovers. These songs are special to me that I had a personal relationship with. So, at my age and where I'm at right now, this record was just very fitting, and the song selection and the sequencing of the entire record, everything was planned out just the way it happened. And you know, I'm just very lucky to have surrounded myself with two great producers, Harper Hug and Trevor Whatever, and obviously as well as all my great writing team that I had.
Yeah.
Robbie and Mark Diamond and Nick Oliveri and Dave Angstrom, Dandy Brown, Chris Hale, Damon Garrison. And so I was very lucky and very fortunate, and I give credit where credit is due, and they certainly deserve a ton of it.
Yeah. So during the years that you have these songs already with you, you were in a lot of projects. You were with Caius, with Distuccino, with Romano or Unida. What makes you keep these songs or make these songs more special that you want to release it now as a solo album?
Well, what brought them to my attention is that how they made me feel. I
Yeah.
mean, it's as simple as that, and where they brought me, or where they took me, or or how they got me through something. That's why these songs are special to me. And as far as why now, I got tired of looking at this collection of songs and saying no to them and putting them on the back burner and saying, no, I'm gonna do another project. Nope, I'm gonna go to this band. Nope, I'm gonna go to that band. And I eventually got exhausted of saying no to them, and I felt bad for them, honestly. And I wanted to let them take the handcuffs off them and free them and liberate them. And in doing so, it liberated me. And I'm in a great place right now, Jorge.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I don't feel like doing any of those projects anymore. I feel like staying right here where I'm at, and I'm going to.
Yeah. So the album is out on the 1st of August. Well, with all the technology now, bands normally have problems with their releases. I mean, like, normally the albums are weeks before the official release. People can download those albums, like, someone just put them on the internet. Do you care about this? Would you care if your album is already on the internet? People are listening to it before you release it officially?
Yeah, I would care. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I would. I mean, there's a certain impact and a certain anticipation and a certain hype that I've worked very hard on trying to preserve that. And, it would suck, and I trust journalists that are exposed to the record would keep it under wraps and not let it, and not let it be, exposed like that.
Yeah, exactly. Well, talking about the album again, as this is a very personal thing, like the songs were very special for you and makes you feel in a personal way that you know. Do you think that all the people that has been following you since the first day will understand this music and what make you feel like they can relate to that in some sort of way?
Let me backtrack real quick here because you got me worried. Did you find the record on the internet somewhere?
No, 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 I didn't find it. No, no,
Okay.
don't worry.
You just got me worried there for a minute.
Yeah, yeah, no, no, don't worry. I didn't find it on the internet or anything.
Okay, good.
I was just
Okay,
wondering.
so all right, good. To answer that question, I follow the void in my gut. I follow the void in my heart, and this record's not for everybody.
Yeah,
And these are just songs that I have a personal relationship with, that I wanted to unleash and unlike. And so far, some of the responses that I've been getting, they've been positive, look, I wasn't looking to change the face of rock and roll. I wasn't looking to become the next giant Guns N' Roses, man. I wasn't looking. I was looking to give these songs some freedom, and to breathe new life into them, and to experience them, at where I'm at in my life right now. That's why I did it, and I still like the way, I still like where they take me. I still like the places I go when I sing them, and I've been rehearsing every night. And I rehearsed last night, and we're playing 5,000 Miles and Rolling Stoned and the Boulevard and My Mind. As long as we're playing some slow burn songs that we're going to play in the set. We're coming to Spain.
Yeah.
We're coming to Bilbao. We're coming to Madrid. We're coming to Barcelona. I'm coming there. I'll be there in November.
Yeah.
Spain was a big part of it, and I wanted to make sure we went down to Spain. So it was, that's important to me that we go down to your beautiful country. I love your country. It's one of my favorite countries to play and visit. So I'm looking forward to it. So I again, it's not for everybody, but anybody who knows anything about my career knows that I don't like to stay in one spot for too long, and this is a direct result of that. And me finally saying yes.
Great. So, John, was it hard for you to say the album is done? Like when you have an album, especially a solo album, it's very difficult to say, well, I think this song is is ready to be released. Was it hard for you to say, okay, I'm finished, I don't want to, I don't know, mix or produce this song anymore?
Right, gotcha. Yeah, it was. It was very hard for me. I could have stayed in the studio for another month. But at some point in time, Jorge, you got to lift up your hands and go, if I finger fuck this mix anymore, I'm going to wind up ruining it.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, you gotta let your babies go, and that's exactly what I did.
Great. Well, then I have a couple more questions that are not related to the solo album, but on your career. Okay. So I was wondering, what would you consider because in a career like yours, when you have so much success with different bands and projects, there should be very good memories, right? But also with such a long career with this, you have sad moments or difficult moments. So what would you consider is the saddest moment on your life as a musician?
I think the biggest black eye and the saddest moment was my relationship between Scott Reeder and Josh Homme, and when they sued me. I think that was a really, really, really bummer of a time. But Jorge, on the flip side of that coin, you got to let it go.
Yeah.
And you cannot let the emotional side of your two really good friends, doing what they did. You can't let that control your life. And there are more important things in life to that I wrap my head around, such as my children, my lovely wife, and I moved on. And you know what, Jorge? I wish nothing but the best for Scott and Josh. And that's important to know, and that's important to part of the healing process is forgiving, and them forgiving me, and me forgiving them, and reaching out and saying, hey man, I would love to be on just a normal relationship with you guys. I mean, I think what stung the most was my relationship with Scott Reeder, because him and I were really tight.
Yeah.
I think that really stung the most. That was probably the biggest black eye. But again, I've moved on, and there are more important things in life to again, not to sound like a broken record, that I'm thinking about, like my wonderful children's education, and my wonderful wife and how she puts up with me, and us getting back from a wonderful camping trip. We were up in the mountains, and we went fishing, and we went swimming, and we barbecued, and those are memories that I'm gonna love for the rest of my life, and that's what I fill my head up with now. And it's just nothing negative. You just got to move on and and just deal with it and not let detach yourself from it.
Exactly. And John, do you regret any song in your career, like having recorded a song in any album? That you say, why did I do
No,
that?
no, I don't. My life is and my musical career is all about being explorative and being exploratory.
Yeah.
So I love singing with Arsenal and the Crystal Method and Mad City Rocky or Mad City Rockers and Monkey 3, and I'm very proud of you know of where my musical career has taken me and all the great musicians I've played with before, and I can't thank them enough, and that's including Scott and Josh. And I'm just a very appreciative, um, very appreciative to the fact that I've got to share the stage with those guys, and as well as all of my bands, and hey, the best is yet to come, and it's gonna be coming to Spain this
Mm.
November.
Oh, great. Well, John, do you like movies?
Do I like movies? Yeah,
Yeah.
I like movies. Sure. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. So, imagine this new solo album as a soundtrack to a movie that you really like. Which movie comes to your mind when you think of your album?
Uh, the first movie that really comes to mind is this movie called Sideways,
Yeah.
directed by Alexander Payne.
Yeah.
It has Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church and Sandra Oh and I forget the other actor's name in there, but it probably would not be a very good soundtrack to that movie, but that's the first one that came to my mind.